Imagine kids from Sweden send money to save a place here. ¿Verdad? Imagine that, and they maybe never gonna be here. How we're not going to save this place, ¿verdad? See, and definitely the biodiversity, the life zones, you can't find this in other places.
Our number one goal is to continue to protect the Bend and to make sure that this forest, which is Costa Rica's largest private reserve at about 23,000 hectares, a functioning, thriving ecosystem.
I mean, specifically, the Children's Eternal Rainforest covers about 0.0048% of the world's land surface. And it's home to roughly 3.5% of the world's butterflies, 3% of the world's ferns, 5% of the world's birds, 6.5% of the world's bats, 2% of the world's orchids.
The Children's Eternal Rainforest is much more expansive and really important in that way because it protects not just one isolated area, but it allows for protection of populations that are migratory, for example.
You know, it's that patch in the field that people from everywhere should care about.
My name is Lindsay Stalcup, and I'm the Executive Director of the Monteverde Conservation League, which is the nonprofit organization that owns and protects the Children's Eternal Rainforest. One of our goals is related to environmental education in the communities surrounding the Bend, and so to that end we have a full-time environmental educator working with schools on the eastern border of the Bend, and we also participate in environmental ed here in Monteverde. I think also promoting research is a big goal for us. It's an incredible natural laboratory at nearly 23,000 hectares. It covers 7 of Costa Rica's 12 life zones.
Scientists, they start arriving like in 1962 when they discover basically the golden toad. But at the end, fortunately, they changed the mind of the community, and most of these rangers were hunters.
My name is Rafael Gallo. I'm the owner of Rios Tropicales. It's an adventure travel company, and we have a great sustainable conservation project. And I'm the former president of the network of private reserves of Costa Rica. Everybody has a different kind of forest, and everybody has different kind of challenges. People in the Guanacaste area have dry tropical forest. I'm in the Atlantic side, we have rainforest. There's others that have cloud forest. There's a mangrove. There's many different microclimates in Costa Rica. So it really depends on each owner of their private reserves to know what they're doing with it. Basically, the only restriction inside the network of private reserves is that you have to have over 2 hectares of forest protected.
People are able to conserve their forests, make a living out of it, be happy with their connection to the forest, protect the animals, protect the wildlife. And when we're talking about conservation, we're not just talking about the importance of animals and plants for their own sake, but what about their importance for us, for a functioning ecosystem? What about pollinators? What about water? What about all of these things that we wouldn't be able to have, or it would cost us exponentially more to have if it weren't for having an intact and functional forest?
The world has 116 life zones. Costa Rica has 12, and this area has 7. Just in this area, right? One of the few places in the world with you still having all the pyramid, right? Jaguar, mountain lion, all the cats, tapirs. We gotta save this place. If you want to put money to save something, it's this place, right?